you were selling out of shirts, and Terrell was right. Half the time you weren't even at your table. And then
people were like, "Where is he?" That's why I texted you. I was like, "Anthony, people try to buy your shit now."
Sorry. I'll bring a booth babe next time. Just sit at the booth and be dressed like a
booth babe.
There you go. There you go.
You know what booth babes are?
Terrell could do it.
A booth babe. I never heard that term. A booth babe. Yeah. I never heard that. I'm learning new stuff every time you're on the show.
You get good looking people to hang out at your booth to lure people in. That's what everyone does at Comic-Cons and stuff.
Oh, the Comic-Cons I went to or Monster Paloozas with monsters. They were like, they weren't no babes.
The search of the 3 missing Montgomery College students continues in Frederick County.
And I got to play with your wand. It was great.
Definitely fun.
Keep going. Wait, we're slow? You don't know
hey
why
everybody, welcome to a new episode of Footage Foreplay. How y'all doing?
Good.
Oh, y'all dry. What the fuck? Anyways, welcome Anthony Cousins. Welcome back to the show. Girl, you were on the show. You were our first ever guest when we first started this bullshit, like 100 plus episodes ago. Yeah, you were our first guest. Yes, you were. You popped our cherry. You were our first guest.
Oh my god, what an honor! I must have not been very good. You waited 2 years to have me back.
You be busy, girl. You did the Frogman 2. You did. Didn't you work on the Killing Cell movie? And then you got other shit in the works. So you've been busy.
I have been busy. I'll always make time.
You're working on big shit. You worked on Grind and stuff that's coming out too, right? You working on a ton of shit.
What is Grind? Tell me about Grind. What is that?
Grind. It's a horror comedy anthology that's coming out that my friends made, and I worked on the whole thing, and then I directed some videos, kind of found footage videos that are in the movie. So there's a little bit of Frogman.
Oh, really? He gonna make an appointment? An appearance?
He made an appointment to appear in the movie. Yeah.
I'm just okay. Awesome. I love it. And your film, Frogman 2, won the Audience Award at UF. How do you feel?
Crazy. That's awesome. That's my favorite award. I love the Audience Award.
Yeah, period. Awesome. And then Killing Cell won for best, I should know this, feature. How do you feel about that?
No, cast, right?
No, that's Alan at Night. Come on now,
was it
best
feature? I don't know, dude. I don't know. See, I'm better about the podcast. I remembered Anthony's background from the first time he was on the show.
There you go.
Yeah.
Girl, you keep smoking that shit. That's why you're forgetting shit.
That's true. It probably is factual. No lies detected.
Anyways, let's get back to Anthony. So, Anthony, how have you been since what you been up to? Talk to us.
Since when? Since the porch? Since I was on that porch talking to you guys?
Yeah, all this time. You did Frogman, you came to UF, you hung out, you were dipping and dodging your table when people wanted to buy shit. Let's get to it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we released the first movie and no one knew what the hell we were doing or what it was, and so it's kind of wild to bring a sequel out there, and now everyone's aware of it. I don't know. It's still kind of surreal to me. It's kind of strange.
You still have to pinch yourself. I know you the shit. Come on now. Come on, Mr. Anthony Cousins.
You've what? What'd you say?
What is happening? Could y'all hear me?
Yeah.
What did I say?
I can hear you better than anybody in here, probably.
Oh, I said, what did I say? I already forgot what the fuck I said. No, I said, I know you're the shit. Cause you're being humble in all this about the movies and stuff. Well, I don't know if something happened with the my internet.
Maybe Frogman's the shit. I'm not the shit. I'm just
Frogman 2 was so fun.
I'm just a vessel.
You're Frogman's dad, though.
I'm Frogman's dad? Wow. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I am Frogman's dad. You're right. I'm proud of my little boy.
Hell yeah. I mean, dude, if it wasn't for you, listen, I know Frogman was a thing before the Frogman movie, but if it wasn't for you, me and probably both of these other two guys here would not know who the fuck Frogman is or if it was even a thing. So as far as I'm concerned, you made it up.
It's crazy how many people still think we made it up. And I don't know, half my job of talking about this movie is just letting people know that we didn't make it up and that it's been around since 1955.
Oh, that's a long time. That's
But
old.
but it is like
old.
I don't know how much of it, if any, has to do with us, but it is kind of fucking crazy how he has like taken off since the first movie came out. Like I keep getting like people keep sending me these news articles because someone in Ohio, some politician is like presenting to the state like we should make Frogman our cryptid mascot, like an official cryptid mascot of the state. I'm like, that's fucking wild. Like,
that would work for Ohio
nobody
too.
knew who he was a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, out here in the Bay Area, we have a huge like cryptid. I mean, we're home of the Bigfoot up north. So we have Bigfoot Fest. We have all these cryptid things. Big Godzilla fans, a lot of monster stuff. Never heard of Frogman.
Bigfoot Fest. There's a Bigfoot Fest?
Yeah,
there's a parade in Willow Creek.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
They love Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Willow Creek.
And then you got in Willow Creek. They actually, did you ever see the movie Willow Creek?
Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that Bigfoot foot like burger?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real place. They're
I
now
want that.
closed, unfortunately, but like that, that community really embraces that lore.
Like they're closed for the day?
No, I think they're gone. No,
What?
because we
Come
have
I
we know
right?
people who would
Russell
make like
said
a
it.
trip every year. No, they're closed. They're gone. You cannot get the Bigfoot burger anymore. I know. We're blowing it, dude.
Dude, you got it. This is your retirement plan, Anthony. Once you're done making movies and you're hanging it up, you move out there to Willow Creek, you reopen the Bigfoot burger joint, and you add Frogman flapjacks to the list.
Whoa. Yeah, like green.
Just saying, it's there.
Crispy deep fried frog legs or something.
Dude,
Ooh.
now you're speaking Southern language. You might have to move that thing
Interesting.
down here somewhere.
Wait a minute. Where
Evan.
is Willow Creek? Where is it from San Francisco?
So the Bay Area is central California. It's northern. So it's literally Willow Creek is the real name. And if you're a deep diver like me and Terrell, and you know Happy Camp is being the lesser
Oh,
found footage
yes.
movie, Happy Camp is also a real place too.
Mm-hmm.
What is Happy Camp?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
It's just another, I mean, a lot of the big, so here's the thing. And I've learned all this because, again, literally shout out to Kai over at the Balboa. He did Bigfoot Bonanza and he did 2 years of it. And I've watched a lot of cryptid documentary because of that. And I even know about like the different cultural ethics around hunting Bigfoot. Like in America, we have more of like a hippie culture around it. So when we look for Bigfoot, it's because we want to be friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Canada, they're trying to kill him. They're hunting him.
Rude.
Dude.
Why would you do that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you would shoot Bigfoot in Mississippi. Like somebody here would shoot. I wouldn't necessarily. I would shoot Bigfoot if he was on my porch, endangering my animals.
You'd
and stuff.
mistake him for an uncle.
But I feel
Here's
like
the
in
thing.
Mississippi, Bigfoot's getting a bullet. There's no.
So,
Wait,
let's
where's
go back-
Boggy Creek? Is that a real place? That's more of a southern thing.
I
right?
don't know. Actually, that's a good question. Evan,
Find it
our
out.
crack producer, you should look that up. But Anthony, again, to get back to Terrell's question about what have you been up to, I would like to know, is Frogman a blessing or has this been a curse? Like, here's the thing. We all respect you as like somebody who you kind of made cryptids cool. I've watched many. I just said I went to 2 film fests, and you know what the problem is? Everything is very samey. And with found footage horror, a lot of this is like we're exploring an alternate reality. Like we want it rooted in authenticity and taken seriously, but we're also aware that it's like fiction.
Mhm.
Where the cryptid world is all the fucking cryptid movies are like, no, Mothman is real, and here's the proof. And it's like 90 kind of boring minutes in a poorly composed documentary. And that's kind of been the vibe. And then you kind of break through in the found footage horror world by not really making a statement that Frogman's real, but more exploring a fictional reality of it. And I wonder if this was like a boon for you, like, oh, great, my career is going. Because we knew you did Scare Package. I watched that with Terrell, and I remember we both agreed your short was the best.
Yeah,
Like, he had talent.
1,000%. Mhm.
Right?
And you signed
And
mine. Thank you again for that. Period.
Dude. And, now you come on the show, and we all respect you as a filmmaker. You won 2 awards at UF. And I should mention the audience award. You didn't just win it; you ran away with it.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
And there again, just in case you're listening and you attended, the close second to that was Big City Pizza, which was beloved by the fest, and you beat that out hands down. And then the next one was Heritage. So we've had everybody on the show, not because we're rigging it, I promise you, because the audience award, I would die on my sword to let them pick a movie that I absolutely thought shouldn't win. But we're here, and instead of talking about awards, we're immediately in cryptid talk. So has this been like a curse for you? Like when you have meetings with producers, are they like, what are you going to do next? Mothman?
Well, no, it's definitely, I won't say it's a curse because before I made Frogman, I didn't know if I was going to actually be able to have a career making movies or not. Like I've worked in the film industry for like over a decade now, and I've made short films, but I've never made like a living as a writer, director, producer, and the things that I want to do full time. And I wasn't sure, like Frogman was like my Hail Mary of kind of like Dallas in the movie of just like, okay, well, I'm over 30 now and I still haven't directed a movie. Can I do this for a living or not? Let me do one and see if it takes off. And if Frogman wasn't a success, I don't know. I'm not like, I think if people still liked it and it wasn't a success, maybe I would try again. But like, if it was a total fail, I probably would have been like, all right, well, not for me. I guess I'll stick to shorts and, gripping or cam opping or something. So it's definitely a blessing. I do have to talk about cryptids way more than I would choose to. And again, like constantly talking about frogs, Frogman, explaining the lore of Frogman. I wouldn't say I'm sick of it. I don't not like doing it, but it's not interesting. It's not as interesting as it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's Frogman Returns opens up, like you said, with Dallas. And I kind of was reading that a little bit, and I couldn't tell if I was projecting or not, but it also feels like Dallas is kind of held hostage. I mean, even in the first movie, there's like a home video that goes viral, right? And it's kind of like why people know him. But then in the Return, he's got a career, but it still feels like he can't get away from this, even if he wanted to. And I was like, are you crying for help here? Are you trying to get away from him?
I mean, his Dallas's situation in the first movie is an exaggeration of where I was too. Like, it's the exaggerated version of me feeling like I hadn't, been a success yet. I wasn't so down on my luck that I was like fucking living in my, sister's guest room or anything like that. And, but, so where he's at in the second one is definitely like an exaggerated version of where I'm at too. Ironically, we wrote it before. It's kind of like life is imitating art at this point, because we wrote into Frogman 2 that he's the Frogman guy now, and he doesn't want to be called that. And his producer's like, sorry, dude, you're the fucking Frogman guy. No one gave a shit about who you were, what you were up to before Frogman. And the funny thing is, we wrote that very, very early, like very quickly after the first Frogman came out. And it wasn't until after that I started being called the Frog. Like, people literally call me the Frogman guy, or meet me and they're like, oh my God, you're Frogman. Or will introduce me to their friends as, this is the Frogman guy, or this is Frogman. And it doesn't it bothers Dallas big time. Obviously, you understand why in his story. I think it's super funny. And who the fuck am I? I'm happy to be known for anything. If people are going to call me Frogman, I'll take it. That's cool. I want to do other movies. I'll keep making Frogman movies for the rest of my life. If people keep letting me make Frogman movies, I'm super fucking excited about it. And the thing is, like, okay, am I getting a little bit sick of talking about Frogman specifically? Maybe, but I'm not sick of talking about cryptids or mythology or folklore. And that's a big reason we introduced a bunch of other cryptids in the second movie. Is like, the next movie I'm doing later this year is about the Kentucky Goblins, which is another cryptid.
Hell yeah.
I'll make fucking
Aye.
cryptid movies until I drop dead. Like they're so fun and they're so
Hell
unique,
yeah.
and you can go to like so many different directions with them. So
what's the
that's-
Kentucky Goblin?
keep
Or
it
you don't want to
fresh.
talk about it? I don't know what the Kentucky
Terrell
Goblin
wants to
is.
get a costume.
Does he make chicken? Yeah, I need to get the costume.
Hell yeah.
I'll pull it up, the Kentucky Goblin, so we
You
can see
think
it
I'm
too. But I
crazy?
just
I don't
want
know
to
a
say,
damn goblin from Kentucky
Boggy
fried
Creek,
chicken.
Boggy Creek, to follow up on that, is a real place. It is a waterway
is.
located near a small
you
town
late.
in Arkansas. Well, I was letting you. I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
interject on the
Arkansas.
thought there. And actually,
I
the
love
town is
Arkansas.
called Fouke, Arkansas. Fouke.
Like fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
the fuck monster. That's what they should.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. Sightings of the. It is literally sightings of the, and in quotes, Fouke monsters. So yeah, fuck monster.
Can you pull up the Kentucky Goblin?
Yeah, I want to see what
let's
this
pull up
Kentucky
Terrell,
fried
I
chicken look
do
like.
think so. If you came out to UF9 in the badge boxes, I think about like 60 of them had like a cryptid card in there, and that was kind of a wink and a nod to our buddy Anthony here. And I do believe the Kentucky Goblin was one of them.
Oh,
you
I
see Hellier,
put those
Terrell?
in there. I didn't see them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's from Hellier. So
What is
Have you guys
that?
seen Hellier?
Look like
Yeah, it's
Gollum.
rad. They go after it in that.
Yeah, Hellier is like this really popular documentary series. It starts with them going after the Kentucky Goblins, and it just like goes into other like crazy shit too. But up at the top, there was one image that's from the. Oh yeah, that the one where he's like over the fucking campfire.
Is he like a tiny
At the top
man?
there.
Yeah.
That's Easton Hawke, the guy that does the Frogman posters.
Oh,
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 rad.
sick.
So that's what we're. I've got that behind me here. There it is, up on the wall.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's kind of what we're using to base our goblins off of. I want them to have like big fucking eyes that like glow.
oh, I love it.
They're gonna be like little and lanky and skinny, so it's like definitely not people. Like we're gonna do puppets.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I love it.
It's
Yeah,
just
that's
They don't
like
kill
awesome.
people.
They're gonna try. We
Oh.
have to find. We have to watch to find out.
I don't know how I could do this costume with lanky legs. I'm too big.
Hey,
Yeah, you're gonna
Terrell,
have to get a goblin hat.
There you
What,
go, Goblin hat. Mm-hmm.
what was the what was that Irish movie about leprechauns that we loved? Though, and it had
Leprechaun.
little guys running around.
Oh, the little gnome things.
Was it called like Break, or it had like one time Unleashed or something?
I know what
Was
you're
it
talking
found
about
footage?
because we got the Blu-ray.
No.
and it was like in the shed or something. And then they jumped out and they were in the house.
Anthony, you're hitting all the things. Like, I love goblins. Also, those goblins look oddly familiar. They look like the Pathfinder goblin. If you want to pull that up, Evan, which I'm suspicious that Pathfinder may have stole from Kentucky when they were making their own little like goblin IP. But
I mean, that shit had the Flatwoods monster is in Fallout,
oh
the
yeah,
video game.
Flatwood has a great
Oh, this
silhouette.
does hella look like the
Right? They
Kentucky
hella look
Goblin.
like them. So
Yeah.
again, this was so Pathfinder. Again,
was
let me
called
get in the weeds
Unwelcome.
briefly. Unwelcome. There we go.
There we go. I
Oh,
I
found
remember
it.
that movie where there's like the barn and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
Unwelcome ruled. That yeah. So I mean, I'm a huge Goblin fan. Like I love those little guys. So I'm excited to hear that you're going to Kentucky to bring them up. But
Goblins
Anthony,
are so
I just
hot right now.
before, because I do think we should talk about Frogman Returns, but I don't want to belabor that. And
Oh,
I do want to mention that we've been talking to indie filmmakers for so long that there's like this unspoken threshold where a micro budget indie film gets enough like love and hits a general audience in a way that now you're no longer playing ball with those people. And all of the elitists, especially in horror community, they come out and it's like green flag now to punch down on your movie because you've made it. And I will tell you, I think it's a good sign. Like there's talent here, and I think a lot of people see that. And I'm reading the tea leaves, but I think you're going to be getting some money to make like big movies in the future.
I
because
agree.
all of the nerds out there, and I'm sure Terrell, you heard this too. Were like, oh man, Frogman won the audience award. Like, man,
Yeah,
they
they
get
did.
everything. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like when I'm talking to Anthony, I'm like, dude, who's gonna put it out? And I think at the time you're like, I don't know yet. And I'm like, how?
Oh yeah, how do you not know? That movie need to be popping.
Again,
Just the,
I just
I mean, distribution sucks right now.
Mm.
Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you make a movie for 10 grand or $1 million. Like, the offers are just kind of offensive from most people. Thankfully, we've been getting like good offers now because we have, you know, like a built-in fan base. Like, there's franchise potential here, and people are seeing that, and that's, you know, like, I mean, the offers on the first movie were insane. Like, absolutely, like how dare you even like offer us
yeah.
this small of amount of money. And so we were like, go fuck yourself, we're gonna release it ourselves. And like, here we are now. We did that. It was successful enough that we got to make a sequel, and now we're getting good offers for the sequel. So we haven't settled on anything yet, but like, we're gonna get it out there this year. We're definitely doing a theatrical run ourselves.
hell yeah.
And then it'll be on streaming either like by the end of the year or early next year, I think. So
please-
I mean, it fucking sucked. The only reason we're having a slightly better time at it than anybody else is because this is a sequel to something that you can point to and go, this is successful. Like, you know what you're investing in, you know?
Right.
Mhm. Well, you know, I think we all saw the weird explosion of Amityville movies, right? And the idea there was that it's an IP product, it has name recognition, and it's free game. You don't have to pay nobody. You can make Amityville Goldfish, and people will watch it. And you kind of tapped into that too, where cryptids, nobody owns a fucking cryptid. And after your film, I heard people were talking to me about how they're like, you know, I never thought about it, but we do. We need a cryptid IP, kind of like a Marvel universe. We need like a cryptid. And I'm just like, fuck, dude. It's a good thing you have talent, because I could see the vultures. Like, I just could imagine a company being like, oh, there's money here. Dude, I won't name names. We were talking to somebody who has a couple of streamers at the fest. Like, and what I mean is, like, imagine like how Nigel Bach had the Bad Band TV channel on Roku. We were talking to somebody who had a couple, and they were like, you know, our number one moneymaker is the Bigfoot channel. And they're like, I don't get it. We just put videos up there of people walking around the woods. They never find anything, but people keep watching them. And I'm like, so I don't know, man. You might be stuck. You might turn into a James Gunn of cryptids.
That sounds great.
Mhm.
I have no problem with that. Like I said, this is what I do love talking about, is all the crazy directions I want to go in. So, okay, so the Kentucky Goblin movie, you guys know the McPherson tapes, right?
Yes.
So
Shout out to Dean Aliato.
that's like a completely different, unique style of found footage that I find like really interesting and cool that I have not tried. Like, we had scripts for Frogman 1 and 2. You know, they take place over the course of multiple days. Like, it's like a very different structure. Whereas like the McPherson tape, what I love about that is it's clearly not scripted. It's just people shooting the shit. It feels super authentic, and it's all takes place in one night. And so like, that's how I want to do the Kentucky Goblins. It's like the McPherson tapes meets like Gremlins. Like, this is like found footage.
Oh, I love
Gremlins.
it.
Like, these little
You hear that,
fuckers
Russ?
are trying to get in the house and climbing down the chimney and all sorts of shit. So like, that's how I take cryptids and found footage and keep it interesting to me, you know? And then like, I want to do a Frogman prequel that would not be found footage and would be like mid 70s and Wicker Man inspired. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
love that idea.
I don't even know what to compare this to. Like, almost more so what the original intent with the Halloween franchise was when they made Season of the Witch, which is like, hey, let's take this world and just like do something crazy every time. And that's kind of what I want to do, is like, okay, we did the first Frogman, very like satirical Blair Witch. And then the second one is like, I don't know, more comedy forward, like more like Evil Dead 2 or something. And so I'm like, could we do like a satanic panic type movie and actually make the cult that worships
Hell yeah.
a frog creature scary? Like, could we? I don't know if I thought the Kentucky Goblins movie was going to be scary until I started outlining it, and I was like, oh no, this is pure comedy. This is just
Oh,
Gremlins.
really?
Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just where I'm always going to go. Is everything's going to get funny? But I at least want to try to make a scary cult movie with Frogman, and maybe that just leads to making a funny cult movie with Frogman. I don't know, but
Well, remember,
Dude.
Gremlins is incredibly dark too, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It is dark.
Yeah.
And dude,
So-
I love that you're doing all these like nods and references and things to the horror movies that you love, but it's in a thoughtful and creative way where you don't just I hate in movies when they do the thing where it's like, oh, wink wink, this town's called Haddonfield, get it? We like Halloween, like fuck
Oh, boy.
off. Like
yeah.
But the way you do these references is like thoughtful. It's like, when you see the thing, oh, like the suit, for example, in Frogman Returns gives Ghostbusters. And I'm like, but it's not in a way where it feels tacky or like, like something that was, I don't know, it feels meaningful and like it's written into your world that you've created in a cool way. It doesn't just feel like a hacky reference, and I love that.
I know what you mean.
And-
I hate that shit too. It's just like I hate when things are like so meta. There's a few times where meta works really, really well for me because it's like woven into the story, like the Final Girls movie where they literally get sucked into a horror movie. And it's like, okay,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
now
Yep.
Yeah.
it totally makes sense why you're living horror tropes and you're talking about horror tropes. But like, I mean, even honestly, like some of the Scream installments kind of drive me nuts with the nonstop meta references. Like, sorry, but no, like the thing is, like, I'm a fucking nerd. I watch horror movies almost every day, and I have my entire life. So, like, if I was gonna reference the things that are inspiring me, like, it's the thing is, if I try not to reference them and I try to make something original, I'm still making something contrived. Like, I try to make an original thing, McPherson tape and Gremlins is still going to weave its way in there. Like, somehow, like, a lot of Spielberg got into Frogman 2 unintentionally. There's,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
a Jurassic Park scene and, like, so I don't, why, like, it's going to be in there whether you wanted to or not. So I try to bury it a bit,
Well, I do think it's important to one, Frogman isn't currently available, so let's be careful with spoilers. But two,
Yeah, well,
Something to me.
I've thought about it. No, I think he was talking about me with the suit reference. I
Yeah.
thought about it when I said it. I'm like,
It's
God, is
fine.
that too spoilery? I tried to do it contextless though.
well, again, and the way I gauge this shit is, we do a podcast and we have a film fest and we do make movies, act in movies, but we're also fans. Like, we love them. So when I talked to Terrell after Frogman, the things we mentioned were all of the, well, first, I think we talked about Happy Death Day. And I'm like, there's like Happy Death Day is incredible.
That's
First
a
off, I don't
spoiler.
like the film, but I do think
You
it's
didn't like the
incredible because
second one.
I hated the second one. Let's be clear.
okay.
I hated part 2. But the first one, what I liked is that we have 100 years of film, right? And it's like, it's an art form and it's a language and it's informed all of us as either fans or as filmmakers. And what they did by taking the premise of a movie and then using that knowledge that we all have as like part of their plot is incredible. And I felt like nobody really does that. And then Frogman Returns, it's not just Ghostbusters. I mean, the poster you chose is a reference. Like, everything is a mosaic. And that's what I'm trying to say. You're not doing hack work here. You're doing a collage. And on top of that, you have characters who aren't compromised by it. And I really do think, even though you're right, like, your films do kind of get jovial and like funny. Dude, Dallas to me felt like he's having a bad time most of this movie.
He's having an internal crisis.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So it's not like he's like farting and winking in the camera or something. It's like he's on a roller coaster he can't get off. And I just think, your storytelling and your ability, because again, if Spielberg weaves into your movie and it's not a fucking hack fest, then you got something going, dude. And
Right.
that's why after the film, I had to tell you, it's like, dude, I didn't watch the movie before. and I was just going to watch it in here, and I was so impressed by it. I mean, Terrell,
Same. I waited to watch it.
Dude, tell them about the award you made for the movie.
The special effects?
Yeah.
Oh, no, because everyone was talking about that in the jury. We're all going back and forth, and how every year they feel like special effects are being elevated in these in-world camera films. The years were just, I don't know, it was spectacular. Like
tight.
Yeah, I don't know. It blown us all away. So we had to make something for that going forward, because every year we talk about the special effects, and yours just was like top tier. So we're like,
there's a well-lit cryptid in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
No, and I want to make clear for people, because they haven't seen the movie, practical effects have always been, hit or miss, but like they're fantastic. And the original Frogman is proof that Anthony could do that. This one delivers on that big box summer movie.
It does.
Vibe. Like the CGI in this was like, that's why I came up to him. I'm like, what fucking secret investor is giving you millions of dollars to make this
with
movie?
That. Yeah, you did. Like you must have got a lot of money for this movie, Mr. Cousins.
Well, I can't talk about that.
No, don't talk about that.
I will say
it's cool.
The reason the VFXers are so incredible are our buddy Pierce Dennis, who he did the effects on the first Frogman, which was like 5 shots maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But like when we conceived what Frogman 2 was going to be, I talked to Pierce immediately, and I was like, dude, this movie like lives or dies on the VFX. I mean, Frogman has a fucking wand, and the wand is like front and center now. You can't really have a wand without magic and VFX. Like, can this be done? And like he read the script and he was like, yeah, I got to be on set the whole time, making sure you get what I need to pull it off. But yeah, it can be done. So he was there the whole time, and we still every single VFX shot has a base of practicality to it. Like every single cryptid, there was a physical puppet on set that then we enhanced with VFX. The wand had 2 heads to it. So the wand had a little inside the wand you can put a little flashlight that fits in the stem, and then you put the mushroom head on, so the mushroom head glows. But then when they're blasting magic, when they're blasting magic, and it's like there's green light being reflected everywhere. It was like, oh, how could we do that? And so we actually there was a second wand that just had a socket, like a light socket on the top of it, and we had a green battery powered light bulb as the tip of the wand, and our gaffer with an iPad could trigger it so that it could go from nothing to green, or it could go from nothing to red, or that kind of shit. Tight. So that's why that wand looks so good in the movie, and why every time it's present you see green playing off of everybody too, like the light from it.
Yeah.
Yep, I learned that from Corridor Crew. Shout out. You need to send them your movie. Again, Corridor if you don't know,
what is that?
That's a YouTube channel, and it's 3 dorks. They're fantastic VFX artists, but they kind of go back. They watch new films and old films, and they talk about where the technology was and how to do it correctly, and how some movies still struggle with shit. One of the first ones I watched, they covered John Wick, and they were talking about how the muzzle flashes looked so fake, and it's because of literally what Anthony was just saying. If you don't have a light,
there's no light on the people and shit.
Yeah, then you have to. It's super hard to fake the light being shown on somebody's face. So when he had the wand and it's casting real green light, it just makes everything so much more believable. But you have to plan that shit, and you need to be in communication with your VFX artist.
Yep.
So
yeah, it makes total sense that you had him there helping you frame the shots, and being oh, if it was, I need from this angle, and it has to be this has to have a light on it, or it makes sense that he would and it makes sense that it turned out as good as it did, having that sort of line of communication between you and the VFX guy throughout the process.
Yeah. I mean, that would be important no matter what kind of movie you're making, but especially trying to make a found footage movie with this level of VFX. The Nightcrawler scene, that should all feel handheld, but can we shoot that handheld? If you need to paint out the puppeteers that are behind the legs and, add all these fucking worms? Like, does it need to be locked down? I don't know, because depending on who you talk to, you get different answers. Some people be like, oh, it's so easy to key stuff now, like you can do it in a handheld shot, and then that becomes not true. Like, you don't fucking know. So it was really, it was so fucking helpful having him there.
So where are these puppets now? They in your house?
No, they're in Minnesota. They're in the creature shop, waiting for news stories to be written.
Okay.
One of them, I saw one of them was singing karaoke. Was it Panic Fest?
Yeah, because that's like Kansas City is like a 6-hour drive from Minnesota, so they drove down the Frogman head, and that was fucking awesome. We had Cargill, that is the voice of Frogman, do Rainbow Connection karaoke with the head. Yeah.
Oh, and we got nothing, huh?
We didn't get no heads.
San Francisco is quite a bit further in their defense.
I'll bring y'all a goblin next year. I could fit a goblin with a carry-on bag.
Anthony,
put that in a suitcase, dude.
Don't you fucking say that.
And the wand. Yeah, I like the wand last time. You didn't bring the new wand.
I'll bring the wand and I'll bring a goblin, I promise.
Period.
Wait, so Anthony, I have to stop you there though, because I was talking, God, we were in a chat, in the UF chat, like, believe it or not, we planned this thing out all year with meetings, and we were talking, and I was like, dude, we got to make a Fresno Nightcrawler movie. And somebody's like, oh, somebody watched Frogman. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And I forgot. And then in the theater, and again, this is like in the very beginning of the movie, you brought to life one of my personal favorite cryptids that is a combination of like creepypasta, internet, lame Slenderman, but also like, Fresno, California, of course they would have the lamest yet kind of coolest cryptid. And how come they made an appearance?
That's next to Frogman, that's my favorite cryptid. I fucking love Nightcrawler. It's so weird. I love the D-list cryptids, The Squonk also is just an ugly little fucking warty pig that cries itself into a puddle.
Dude, the Squonk.
I love these weirdos.
Hold on, let me pull up the Nightcrawler.
Also, I don't know if you guys knew, I did a little research on the Squonk because I'd never heard of it.
I never heard of it either.
And I found out that the Squonk is only sad because all those angry birds killed his entire family and destroyed their homes.
Okay, hold on. We're talking about the Nightcrawler still. This is a fantastic Nightcrawler. Here's the unfortunate
long legs.
That's all he's got. And then, but look, unfortunately,
the Squonk is adorable.
Wait, hold on. The Fresno Nightcrawler was admitted as a hoax. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh wait, never mind. This Squonk is scary like a rat. I don't like that.
Pull up the Squonk, Evan.
There's different Squonks.
What it look
Why
like
does
a
that
ball
sound like
sack?
a Jim Henson
Why it look
puppet?
like that with legs?
Oh yeah, no, it's kind of ball sacky. Actually,
yeah, it's a ball sack with legs.
You guys know about this Dungeon Crawler Carl book series?
You
guys heard of
I do. Yep.
It's like
How
people are
awesome,
freaking out
though?
about it. Some friend of mine is reading the 6th book and sent me a screenshot. He runs into a Squonk in this book. So maybe Squonk's about to have a moment too.
Dude, team up.
There's
Hit up Dungeon Crawler.
Hell
Carl
yeah.
will be like, dude.
Oh, dude.
So what does he do? He turns into a puddle of mud?
He cries
band, dude.
until there's like until there's a puddle of tears, and then he like disappears into the puddle.
Oh, this is like his power, his Pokemon power.
Damn, dude. Pathfinder's got a fucking Squonk in it too.
Again,
really?
Evan,
Wait, what is that?
Evan, let's
That's
get
a
off of
Squonk?
this. That's not a
looks like
Squonk. He look
Clayface.
oversized.
It looks like a Mudman, but it's linked under
Mudman.
the Squonk. Yeah.
Again, D&D
That's Clayface.
pulls a lot of its creatures from mythology, right? So like a bugbear, you could argue, is a Bigfoot. But a lot of the times they'll change it so then they can license it, right? Like you keep the DNA, but then you just call it something different. You're like, we own it now.
Yep.
Yeah, but Dungeon Crawler Carl, I haven't somebody gifted me a book. Actually, I think it was Sean McDonough, shout out. But yeah, I haven't read him.
He's a depressing animo.
Yeah.
He says sorry for existing, and he's crying. Oh, he looks so sad.
That's literally his whole
There you
thing.
go.
Yeah, so the guy that sent me that that's the Squonk thing. He's the sound designer of the Frogman movies. Spencer,
Oh,
he
hell
sent
yeah.
me the first book, so I'm gonna start reading that here.
Oh, is this a real
Squonk, are they real? Somebody got a real one.
You got to catch them.
How you catch it?
You
It says
Pokeball.
still burn preserved
We have squonk
squonk.
farms down here in Mississippi.
You're not supposed
Okay.
to call them that, Evan.
I kind
This
of
can't be real then.
I kind of want Dallas to have to catch cryptids and like use them for their abilities, sort of like did you guys see the new Predator Badlands?
Yeah,
Mhm.
of
With
course.
Dick.
He's
I love
stuck on
that
the Animal
movie.
Planet, and he like loses all
Yes.
his weapons, and so he goes and he collects creatures and uses them as the weapons.
Yeah, like
I
the
kind of
lizard
want to do
things
that.
was
So like
shooting
Dallas
shit
has
out.
to catch a squonk so that he can make it cry. Like he starts like like Dallas catches the squonk. He's like, "You're such an ugly piece of shit. Like fuck you." Like making it sad so that it cries, so it makes
Aw.
a portal.
Damn,
puddle
dude, it's like
for him to
Steve
use.
Irwin villain arc.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I mean, he probably apologizes to it later.
yeah. Because that was the vibe I got in that opening scene. I'm like, this dude is the Steve Irwin of cryptids. This is fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, we wanted to open with like showing first of all that not all cryptids are like evil or nefarious. Like some of them are neutral or some of them are good, and also showing like that Dallas doesn't completely suck because he kind of does.
Well, dude,
at
the
end of
characters.
first movie.
Mhm.
The characters are so strong in these movies, and I think that's one of the things that makes me like it so much, because there's like, I don't know, there's a lot of people I talk about people getting bodied by demon movies. There's quite a few people getting bodied by mostly Bigfoot movies, but cryptid movies, and most of them just have like flat caricatures of human beings who are walking around in these movies. And I feel like with Frogman, with the Dallas and Amy situation, with the best friend in the first one, Scotty, and it's just like, I don't know, there's so much real shit in it too that it grounds it in a way where you care about the people and you get invested in what's going on and in their arc, in a way that you don't in a lot of these kinds of movies. So
Yeah,
was that a priority for you when you were coming into it?
it for sure was, because especially found footage, which I love so much as a genre. Even some of the best found footage movies, I couldn't fucking tell you who the characters were in them. Like, characters
Yeah,
are generally
thank you.
very
Yep.
unrememberable in those kind of movies. And so I really wanted the characters to be unique and to not, whether you hate them or not, you understand them and where they're coming from. And it's not just a whole bunch of like, I hate how I don't know, broy maybe is the word that like found footage gets sometimes, where like the characters are just like, what the fuck you, shut the fuck up, let's get the fuck out of here, and they're just like swearing and yelling at each other, and I'm just like, I hate all of you. I want out of this situation. I sometimes feel like I'm being held captive by these movies and these characters, and I didn't want that. So that was important to me. And I think it's another, when you're a super fan and you're watching horror movies and just movies in general all the time, and then you decide to make movies, I think that can go one of two ways, where like you do try to replicate what you like and you end up making stuff that's like really contrived, and it's like you make all your characters these kind of carbon copy, like cookie cutter personalities, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Or you go, I know what I haven't seen. And I know, like, if I was watching, if I click play on another Bigfoot movie, what do these characters need to be like for me to feel like I'm watching something different, and keep me invested? Which, like, what was that recent Bigfoot movie called? Where they're, like, making a Bigfoot movie, but then it becomes, like, a haunting movie. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, we
Russell
did.
seen it.
Russell did, yeah.
I fucking love that movie.
It's like found. Was it called like found footage? The making of the
Oh.
Bigfoot.
Patterson
Yes.
Project.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Wait,
That's
I think
what it
I've
was.
seen that.
I thought that was so
Do we have to
good,
watch that?
and like, because those characters were so different. I haven't seen any characters like that in another found footage movie. They're really unique and interesting.
Well, maybe I did watch this. Did we
This
watch
one,
this
right?
I
for
think we
only
had to
found
watch it
footage
for.
fans?
That's what I was trying to say, but you cut me off. But yes. Period.
Okay.
I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I might have fell asleep. I think I didn't finish it. It wasn't the movie. It was that I started it at like fucking 3:30.
He said, I didn't watch this shit.
So hold on. Let's talk about this. I think they may have submitted.
They did
last
this
year.
one?
I can't.
No, they didn't.
I can't remember.
They didn't.
Maybe they didn't. No, it came out. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I think the problem that movie had is the Bigfoot expectation, where you make that movie and all these Bigfoot fans show up, and then it's not, spoiler. I mean, it's kind of in the title.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people weren't ready to show up for like an interesting mockumentary. They were more looking for like a found footage horror with Bigfoot. Yeah. So
what a familiar scenario.
Right?
That's one number on you. But that's why I get it. That doesn't work for everybody. That's why I liked it though.
Yeah, I bet it did well in Europe because again, Envouement are like kind of like sister film fest. Their programming is mostly like European mockumentary. And I mean mockumentary, not phodoc. Like a lot of them are still playing with like tropes and the authority of like a traditional documentary and like, making fun of them, which totally is that movie where I think especially out in America, people are more interested in like Man Bites Dog. If we're going to do that, like something mean.
Yeah.
Or, pardon the expression, but with teeth. So I don't know, Anthony, I'm so glad that you kind of embrace this, this curse that you have of being the cryptid guy, but they really needed you. And I know you said you don't want to just do found footage and you don't just want to do cryptid. So is there anything in the works that's like not either?
I'm trying.
Well, hold on. I should say, like, you have been helping a lot of other people. And if you could talk a little bit about how you got together with the Killing Cell people who won the
I tried to get
award.
into that earlier and it got lost. I wanted to hear that too.
So should we talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
Terrell?
Oh, what do you mean? I thought you were asking him. I thought he was going to start talking. The fuck? Come on, let's get to it.
I thought you were like, we missed the moment. Yeah. So Terrell, actually, I think it's important. Again, we did just release the UF Awards hosted by Uffy. And a big part of that is the jury votes. So the jury voted for Best Feature. And can you give a little insight on that, Terrell?
On what?
On the movie you picked for best.
Best
feature.
Killing Cell. Yes, Killing Cell is great. Killing Cell is like it's on paper like a traditional, found footage horror movie. You got a group of friends and whatnot, all going in, and Anyways, they all had to play the different tropes. You had the asshole. You had all the characters. I don't know. It was scary. It was secluded, and everyone on the jury just thought it was kind of emotional too. Two people on the jury thought one of the characters that they necessarily didn't like at the beginning had like a progression toward the end, and it made you like care a bit more. You know who I'm talking about. I can't spoil this, but you know what I'm talking about. And they were just so emotional by it. So overall, we all had great things to say about this movie. The acting was great, and it was a great representation of the fest, I thought. So it could have went in best cast. We thought the cast was great for this. It could have went in different places, but we did think overall it was a great feature. So that's why that one won best feature.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conversations back and forth with that one too.
Right after the jury met, again, just for people listening, the only member of the UF team on the jury is Terrell, and he does a great job of kind of just being a neutral voice, reminding people it's not your favorite movie, it's the movie that best represents whatever category. And he called me immediately and had me guess what movies won what. Mm-hmm. And I think I did pretty good.
You did.
I got most of them correct, but with feature I was wrong. And when he told me like Killing Cell one, I'm like, dude, that's fantastic, because I think a lot of traditional found footage horror gets kind of like pushed aside. Like, dude, we've done this before. But I think everything you mentioned before, Anthony, like they are just kind of like caricatures in a lot of this movie. And I do think that is deliberate. Like with Paranormal Activity, they kind of want people to feel like you could be Micah or Katie, like it could happen to anybody. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean that you can't tell like a convincing story. And Paranormal Activity was how long ago? Like we're here now. We know it.
2009.
Like, yeah. So Killing Cell, I didn't know until I saw the credits and your name was in it that you were attached. But like, how did you hook up with this team in Atlanta?
I met a bunch of them at Telluride Horror Show the year that I was there with Frogman. So 2020, what would have been October 2023? I think that's right. Yeah. They came to see Frogman and talked to me afterwards, and Carson in particular. We just kind of kept in contact. He was like reaching out to me a lot, asking for advice and stuff. And we just kind of became friends. We saw each other at other film festivals and just started hanging out and became really good buddies. And then, he sent me this script and he was like, yo, I'm going to make this movie. Like, will you come help out on it? And I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, if you figure it out, I'll come out to Atlanta and, Georgia and stay there for 10 days and help you make this movie. And he did, found the money, put the crew together.
Oh, wow.
Found this abandoned prison. I think they knew about the abandoned prison and that's why they wrote it, which, I mean, that's like indie filmmaking 101 is like find something interesting you have access to and then write around that, which is, I mean, this fucking movie, the production value of this movie is in the millions. I mean, this is a prison that looks like it belongs in a Resident Evil movie or a Silent Hill movie or something like that, and they got it for a few grand because it's just abandoned and sitting there and no one's using it. I mean, we all got sick shooting in there.
Oh, you got sick?
Probably haunted. And, we had to tape off the areas where there's fucking asbestos all over the fuck. But still, it was worth it.
You might have a ghost attached to you.
But yeah, I came out and helped out on that, and that was one of my favorite times I've ever had on a movie. Like that's how I like to make movies. We all stayed at this giant like old mansion Airbnb that was like maybe a 5-minute drive from the prison. So we're all like shooting overnight at this prison. We head back to the mansion and like the sun's coming up and we all crash. And it was just like, it feels like summer camp, but you're also making a movie and it's just, there's nothing else like it.
Oh, I love it. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to
Carson
Corey.
and them are really cool. I like Corey. Wait.
Yeah, Corey. Well, he.
Corey in the house. I kept calling him Carlton or some shit like that. I kept fucking up his name. Remember that? He never corrected me. His name is Corey. I don't know what the fuck I was calling him. Carl? I think it was Carl. I kept calling him Carl. Oh, Lord. So embarrassing. Dude. Corey. Shout out to Corey.
Again, a shout out to Corey because he's the one that went in a hazmat suit and cleaned out the literal asbestos and taped it off, right? Like, not a joke. And he was like, it's funny because on Robbie Smith's movie, I Don't Like It Here, me and Sean McDonough, shout out again, we cleaned out an RV that had like a dead cat in it and it hadn't been, open to the element for like 2 decades. And we knew that there were going to be like young women coming in here to act. And we're like, we have to make it like sterile for them. So we're just in there on the ground. And I immediately connected with Corey, who's doing this in a fucking legitimate prison. And he started talking about, Killing Cell's not out either. There's God, can I call it a prop?
Don't spoil it.
That they fabricated and like attached to the structure. I don't know. What's going on with Killing Cell? Do we have a date for either films or anything? No?
Oh, wow.
No, that one, that one's still getting shopped around too.
Oh my God. I'm glad you're doing it because that means at least you're taking offers and you're waiting for the correct one. I know a lot of these can be very predatory. And just talking to people who had gotten distribution after us, where, they sign or, they're offered contracts where the people want everything. They want to own the movie outright and in the future. So like, if somebody was going to buy Frogman, they might be like, and all sequels. And you're like,
oh my God. You better be careful, Mr. Cousins. Oh Lord.
Tell me about it. I know. No, they're very, very, very predatory. And I think it's because, they see filmmakers like who you have at UF that like are independent, they're doing this themselves, and they don't know. Like, you can take advantage of them.
Yeah,
you know, like, I mean, I made some bad deals on the first one because I was just excited to make a movie, you know.
Aw.
Yeah.
And then you learn. And like, what I'm really what I have like firmly learned, and I tell Carson, I tell all my friends that are filmmakers, I'm trying to just like really beat this into all of our heads, is like, the distributors need us way more than we need them. You know, you know, if we stop showing up and agreeing to work with them, they can make AI movies, and that might trickle in some money, and that might get some people interested, but that's never gonna fucking last. You need artists and storytellers behind the fucking movies, and we have way more power than we think we do. And like, I mean, it's worth playing hardball and being bullish and being like, no, we made a fucking cool movie, pay us what it's worth, you know? Or we can just distribute it ourselves.
Yeah.
It's easy enough to distribute a movie yourself now, you know? So why not? And then you don't have to share it with anybody, because they'll take advantage of you. All of a sudden, they own your movie, they own any sequel you want to make to it. If it's a big success, they can sell it off to a studio to remake. Like, you know, I mean, look at David Leone. Like, the way that he gets to keep doing what he wants to do with Terrifier is because he never sold it off to anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
If he did,
Yeah.
that franchise would start to look very different, because there'd be people trying to engineer it that don't understand what makes it work, you know?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Also, that dude had an uphill battle where like the first two movies nobody gave a fuck, and then two it just kind of caught fire. So, I mean, do you feel like, well, you said you'd been working for a decade in film, but when was your first like real attempt at like directing that you consider? Because I know a lot of people make a lot of short films and they're like, that doesn't count.
Yeah. I mean, I made a lot of shit before. When Susurrus Stirs is the one where I feel like, okay, that's my like official first short. That's my first time I directed.
What was it called?
When Susurrus Stirs. It was a short film I did in 2016.
I thought you said
And I'd done a bunch of
incestuous
shit
something.
before that.
I was like, oh Lord. I was like, what kind of movie is this? Oh
Hey,
my
that can
God,
lead to
Mr.
good
Cousins.
things. That's where what's his face? What's his name? That did Hereditary. That's where he started, was making incest shorts.
Oh
Hell
my
yeah.
God.
It's a good
Yeah.
one too.
Okay.
I think you can watch. I think it's on YouTube right now. If you run and watch it quick.
Shit.
The incest short?
Look who's
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things he's done.
Oh,
So
I
what is
bet.
this short? Is this available to watch?
Yeah, this is on YouTube also.
When
shit.
Sesame Stirs.
But yeah,
What
this
is
is
a
something
Sesame?
it's based off a short story that I really, really loved. I reached out to the author and I was like, dude, I want to adapt this. This is so fucking sick. And at that time, I wasn't even thinking about directing. I liked writing and I liked being a cinematographer and just shooting stuff. And I couldn't find anyone that wanted to direct this. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'll just direct it, you know? And like, I didn't even know what that meant. I was more so thinking like, I just need this to exist because A, I wanted to, and B, I want to make it look really cool for my cinematography reel. I wasn't thinking about directing more after that. And then I submitted to some festivals and it got into like the biggest fucking genre festivals there are. I got Fantasia, Fantastic Fest, Toronto After Dark. And I was like, what is happening right now? And so like that was kind of me going, okay, maybe I'll try this again. And like a year and a half later, I made another short that did pretty well. So that was kind of how I started.
Yeah, see, it's on Alter right now from 6 years ago, and not one mention of director of Frogman or nothing. So this is definitely it got up there on its own momentum.
If anybody has the TerraVision Blu-ray, I took advantage of the fact that Blu-ray was going to go everywhere and it was going to be in Walmarts, and I put every short I've done on that Blu-ray. So like Susurus is on there, The Bloody Ballad of Squirt Reynolds, Face Explodes, and I did little commentaries for all of them too.
Terrell, do you have that? I'm
Yes,
sure
I
you
do. I didn't watch any of the features yet, but I do have it.
Hell yeah. Damn, I want to watch them. Well, fuck, Anthony. I mean, sorry it took so long to get you on here, but you're one of those dudes. You just project busy.
Like, yeah, he do. Every time I see something, you're doing something. Period.
That's funny. I'm
you a busy
really
person, huh?
No,
you're not.
Well, here's the thing.
I try.
You know,
I don't know. I think I project busy for myself too, where I'm like, oh man, I got a big day of all this shit that I should do, and then I don't do any of it. I just sit around.
I hear that. Holy shit. Well, Anthony, we're just worried that we're not going to get a return DM from you one of these days. So I guess we should just be abusing the hell out of you while you're still talking to us.
Yeah, use me and abuse me. Also, no, that's not going to happen. I love you guys. I fucking
Good,
I get so like being at UF, I get FOMO from the idea of even if I made a movie in the next year, if it's not found footage, not being able to like be there with you guys.
Oh, you can still come.
Why? What do you think, we're going to bounce you at the door?
Maybe.
Oh,
you'll stop returning my messages.
Shut the hell up. We just put you to work. You know what?
I said Frogman 3 wasn't going to be found footage, and I got booed in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
Again, sorry, that was me.
No,
I'm not even joking. It was me booing in the back of the
I loved it. I've never been booed before. That was a transformative moment for me.
Okay, good. You got humbled.
Well, you're also a skilled producer, so I mean, it's valuable to have you out there. I think you are going to deal with a little bit of an intimidation factor.
Why?
You definitely, just because the quality shit he makes. Like when everybody's struggling and an indie filmmaker, it's like a big family, and you get together. Unless you're from LA or New York, then it's 50-50. Those people already think they made it. But in the indie they want the But I think once you start to break through that a little bit, you get that Damien Leone effect. And it's like, oh, you're something different now. And in the world of like self-distribution, it's all just about proving your product by having interest, engagement, all the terrible online terms. And Frogman kills it. It fucking killed. I mean, again, you were selling out of shirts, and Terrell was right. Half the time you weren't even at your table.
Mm-hmm. And then people were like, "Where is he?" That's why I texted you. I was like, "Anthony, people try to buy your shit now."
you had to text me like every day. Sorry.
Shady?
I'll bring a booth babe next time. Just sit at the booth and be dressed like a
booth babe.
There you go. There you go.
You know what booth babes are?
Terrell could do it.
A booth babe. I never heard of that term. A booth babe. Yeah. I never heard that. I'm learning new stuff every time you're on the show.
You get.
I thought you were the con guy.
People to hang out at your booth to lure people in. That's what everyone does at Comic-Cons and stuff.
Oh, Comic-Cons I went to or Monster Paloozas with monsters. They were like, they weren't no babes.
Dude, we're gonna put you in a tube top and that frog hat, and you'll be moving all the Buc-ee's merch.
I'm dead.
Yeah, again, for people who weren't there, Terrell became a villain because he bought the last Froggy shirt.
Oh, I know, I loved it. Everyone was like, I want that shirt, and he didn't have it. It's not my fault.
Ellie loves her Froggy's tote bag. That's what I got the Froggy's tote for Ellie, and she uses it all the time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I mean, she's got to be the only 9-year-old walking around with a Froggy's tote,
It's a coveted item.
Well, Anthony, you did great. I'm glad you came to join us again. Did you want to plug any socials or anything that people can go get updates on your upcoming movies, shorts, or whatever that looks like?
Cousins_Anthony on Instagram, and then Frogman Movie on Instagram too. Yeah, we'll be doing the theatrical run later this year. TerraVision's going to put out the physical again at some point. That'll probably be next year. So yeah, follow those pages if you want to know where you can see the movie next.
Period. And we excited for Goblins shit.
We're gonna run a Kickstarter for the Goblins thing. So follow to see when that launches too. That'll be like June or July.
Right in the corner.
Communicate. Let us know. We're here. We're built-in fan base cheerleaders. So anything we can help get out there, please. We're happy to.
I will. I appreciate the hell out of you guys.
Well, And the theatrical run, we better get something in the fucking Bay Area, dude. And I better know about
Let's
it.
go. Let's go. Yeah, I'm planning something. I want it to be an event, so I've got something really weird planned to make it like something you'd want to come in person for. And then we'll play
I love
Billy
that.
too.
Well, I love you,
Period.
Anthony. Thank you for taking the time and hanging out again. And I promise it won't be 2 years when we reach
Okay.
out again.
Better
It'll be
not
much
be.
sooner.
All right. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Footage Foreplay. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
All right.
Anthony, I love you.
Thanks for listening to Footage Foreplay. If you enjoy the show, please consider leaving a review, sharing it with a friend, or simply hitting like. These small gestures are a great free way to support this mayhem, and if you find some footage we should be fondling, email us at footageforeplay@gmail.com. Check back every Tuesday and Thursday for new episodes, and remember, don't skip the foreplay.